Hi friends, hope everyone is doing good. As you can see here, I'm drying some curry leaves because last week we had freezing temperature that killed all my curry leaves. So before the temperature dropped, I bought some curry leaves from the backyard and let it dry so we could use in our curries later. So today's recipe is a special, one of my favorite recipe, that is Kaddu ka Dalcha. And along with that, we are also going to make some pulav that goes very well with dalcha. So as we go along, like usual, I will tell you all the ingredients and the methods. Here I've taken about 1.5 cups of chana dal, which I've soaked in water for about 20 minutes, and then I'm going to cook it in a cooker along with double the amount of water, few drops of oil so that the dal doesn't spill over or become frothy, and then a pinch of turmeric. Chana dal will take longer time to cook than the other dal, so you have to cook it at least for about 3 to 4 whistles, and soaking prior to cooking in the cooker is much easier. Here I'm peeling the skin of the kaddu and then splitting into half, and if you notice any hard seeds, just remove it with your finger. You don't have to remove the entire pulp. You can leave the pulp there. If you can find a tender kaddu, just go for it, but otherwise if you find any big or hard seeds, you can just remove it. Always for dalcha, the way we cut the kaddu is very important. See how diagonally I'm cutting, and the size of the kaddu too has to be big. So follow the instructions how I am cutting it. And here I've also taken about half onion, which I've thinly sliced, and about 2 tomatoes, again thinly sliced. Green chilies, few leaves of mint, chopped coriander leaves or cilantro. And once the dal is cooked, nicely mash it using any gadget into a very smooth and thin paste. Here I've also, if you can see, have taken here tamarind juice, which I have soaked in some warm water, just a small lemon sized tamarind juice. And you must have already seen I have taken there some ginger garlic paste. And for garam masala, here I have bay leaves, cardamom, cinnamon, cloves, some pepper, and shajira. So these are the only ingredients that you will need for making this delicious and shahi Hyderabadi kaddu ka dalcha. So first add some oil in the vessel, to which firstly I'm going to add all the garam masalas. Make sure the oil is not too hot, because if it's hot, all these masalas are going to get bitter and will burn. Then I'm going to add the onions and then fry it until it becomes translucent. You don't have to wait until it browns. To this, I'm going to add the ginger garlic paste, about 1 tablespoon of ginger garlic paste, and then saute it until the raw flavor goes away. And then to this, I've added some turmeric. Again, turmeric has raw smell, so you have to saute it for a few minutes. And to this, I'm adding about chili powder, about 1.5 teaspoon of chili powder I've added. Adjust it according to your taste. Saute it in low flame. And then to this, I'm going to add the tomatoes. You have to cook until the tomatoes softens. Now I have just closed the lid using the pressure cooker lid, but I have not given any pressure. So after like 5 to 6 minutes, the tomato softens, to which I have added here kaddu. See the size of the kaddu pieces. It has to be big, and it has to be cut in diagonal shape. Now we have to let the kaddu also cook. So just close the lid and leave it there for about 7 to 8 minutes. In between, check on it. Here you can see after about 7 to 8 minutes, the kaddu is completely cooked and the oil is floating on the top. At this stage, I'm going to add the dal. Make sure the consistency of the curry is not too thick or not too runny, because once it cools down it's going to become more thick. I've added the tamarind juice. While you add the tamarind juice, add couple of spoons and then taste it, and if you find that it is not enough, go ahead and add the rest. Do not add all of it together, otherwise the curry will become very sour. Once you add the tamarind juice, let it simmer for about 5 to 6 minutes, and then go ahead and add the curry leaves and all the green masalas that you have cut, meaning the mint leaves, the coriander leaves, as well as the green chilies. And then in the end, I'm going to add the cinnamon and coriander seed powder, which I always keep ready for all Hyderabadi dishes. See how delicious the curry looks. It's my favorite recipe, and it turned out really good, and it's very easy to make too. Now the curry is ready, so I'm going to make the pulav. And pulav recipe is also very simple. So in the oil, I'm adding all the basic garam masalas, that is cinnamon, cardamom and cloves, along with shajira, and about half onion. Don't add too much onions, otherwise it will become very sweet. And once onion slightly become translucent, go ahead and add about 1 teaspoon of ginger garlic paste and 1 small sized tomato. Once it becomes sauteed, go ahead and add the green masalas, that is the mint leaves, coriander leaves and curry leaves, and close it for a few minutes so that the tomatoes become soft. Once the tomatoes soften, I'm going to add here about 2 cups of rice. Here I've taken Sona Masuri rice, which I've soaked it for 20 minutes. Any rice you can take, basmati or jeera gashala rice. Mix it very well, and then I've also added about half of a lemon juice. To this, I'm going to add double the amount of water, meaning for 1 cup, 2 cups of water, and cook it on a very high flame until all the water evaporates. Like so. When you see the bubbles, reduce the flame to the lowest, then give it one last thorough mix, and put the lid on and let it cook in dum for about approximately 10 minutes. And then your rice is ready. So as you can see, I have here the delicious dalcha and also my fragrant, delicious pulav, simple pulav ready. You know, there are some dishes that is very nostalgic and close to heart. I think this combination, that is dalcha and pulav, is very nostalgic to me. Here I have taken some mutton curry which I had made earlier. The recipe is in my channel, and the best way to eat is with your hands. It was delicious, and I want every one of you to try this dish, and I'm sure you're going to love it. So leave your comments and suggestions, and I'll see you again with one more such delicious recipe. Thank you.